Imagine waking up one day to complete silence. No Wi-Fi, no electricity. Your phone is dead. Banks, hospitals, and traffic lights non-functional. At first you think it's just a power outage, but as the hours stretch into days, it becomes clear this is something far worse. No bombs fell, no soldiers invaded, and yet society as you knew it has collapsed. Welcome to the age of silent wars, where battles are fought in the invisible realm through electromagnetic pulses, cyber attacks, and artificial intelligence, AI. In this era, war no longer roars, it whispers, and those whispers can cripple entire civilizations. EMP, the invisible thunderclap, an electromagnetic pulse, or EMP, is a sudden burst of electromagnetic radiation that can disrupt or completely destroy electronic systems. EMPs are often associated with nuclear explosions detonated at high altitudes, but can also be generated by non-nuclear devices. There are three types of EMP effects: E1, E2, and E3. E1 is the most destructive, producing a fast, high-intensity burst that can fry microchips in an instant. E2 mimics a lightning strike and can further damage weakened systems. E3 lingers, producing long-duration surges that can collapse entire electrical grids. Super EMP weapons are even more devastating, capable of producing pulses up to 200,000 volts per meter. These weapons can knock out unshielded electronics across vast regions. Intelligence reports indicate that countries like Russia, China, and even North Korea have made significant progress in developing super EMP technology. While a full-scale nuclear-based EMP attack remains unlikely due to the risk of global retaliation, experts warn that smaller EMP devices, possibly launched by rogue states or terrorist groups, are becoming increasingly feasible. These can be delivered via weather balloons, satellites, or even small missiles. The vulnerability is real. The US power grid, for example, relies heavily on large unprotected transformers. Without adequate shielding, even a limited EMP attack could plunge major cities into darkness for weeks or months. Modern society's dependence on electronics, from banking systems and water treatment plants to communication satellites, makes EMP a uniquely dangerous threat, one capable of transforming a military advantage into civilian catastrophe within seconds. Cyber attacks, the digital battlefield. While EMPs are spectacular in their scale, cyber attacks are stealthy, persistent, and often more insidious. They don't require missiles or physical infrastructure, just access, intent, and code. In the first half of 2025, the world witnessed a staggering 44% increase in cyber attacks, with many targeting critical infrastructure like power plants, hospitals, and government networks. In the US alone, cyber attack detection surged by 136% during Q1, primarily driven by AI-assisted hacking tools. Nation-states are increasingly investing in cyber warfare as a cost-effective way to achieve strategic objectives. Iran has launched waves of attacks against Israel and the US since the spring of 2025, targeting banks, power grids, and government systems. At the same time, Israel has retaliated by disrupting Iranian military communications and sabotaging missile guidance systems through advanced cyber operations. In Europe, the Czech Republic has accused China of orchestrating a large-scale espionage campaign through APT-31, a sophisticated hacking group linked to the Chinese Communist Party. These are not isolated incidents. From the ransomware attack on Green Flame Gas Company in Kuwait, which resulted in 470 gigabytes of sensitive data being leaked, to deepfake-driven scams that trick CEOs into transferring millions, cyber warfare is already here, and it's global. The cost of these attacks is skyrocketing. IBM's 2025 report pegs the average cost of a data breach at $4.9 million. By 2027, the global cost of cybercrime is projected to reach a mind-blowing $24 trillion. And the most concerning part, over 60% of breaches still result from human error, clicking on phishing links, reusing passwords, or failing to update systems. AI, the great equalizer and accelerator. Artificial intelligence is reshaping warfare, not just as a tool, but as a battlefield in itself. Offensive uses of AI are evolving rapidly. Hackers now use AI to write better phishing emails, predict defense responses, and evade detection. AI-generated spear phishing campaigns can mimic the tone and style of real executives, making social engineering much harder to spot. Deepfake technologies have reached a level of realism that can fool biometric systems and real-time video authentication software. On the offensive offensive front, AI agents known as military AI cyber agents can autonomously breach firewalls, generate malware, and adapt to security defenses in real time. These AI systems don't just follow instructions, they learn and evolve. It's a chilling new model of cyber warfare where code itself becomes a self-sustaining weapon. Generative AI also plays a role in orchestrating attack chains, creating payloads, identifying vulnerabilities, and even mimicking normal user behavior to remain undetected within networks. But AI is also becoming our greatest defense. Defensive AI systems now help detect anomalies, stop zero-day exploits, and even self-heal compromised networks. Emerging technologies like quantum cryptography and post-quantum encryption are being deployed to future-proof critical infrastructure against both AI and quantum-enabled threats. The concept of a zero-trust network, where no user or device is inherently trusted, is gaining traction as AI bolsters detection capabilities. Still, there's an arms race unfolding. Whoever develops the smarter AI first, whether for offense or defense, may win the next great war without ever firing a bullet. Real-world flashpoints in 2025. Nowhere is the silent war more evident than in the Middle East. Over the past 6 months, Iran and Israel have been locked in a digital duel that escalates with each new provocation. Iranian hackers have flooded Israeli businesses and critical systems with malware, disrupting power grids, transit, and even kindergarten speaker systems. In response, Israeli cyber units have launched coordinated strikes to disable Iranian missile systems and military logistics. AI-driven systems like Israel's Gospel and Lavender are reportedly identifying and tracking militant networks in real time, raising serious questions about autonomy and civilian oversight. In Europe, China's cyber ambitions are playing out in increasingly aggressive campaigns. In mid-2025, the Czech government accused Chinese actors of hacking political institutions to gain strategic intelligence. China has also been implicated in spreading AI-generated disinformation across European social platforms, particularly around elections. Europol has issued warnings about the growing use of AI to facilitate child exploitation, deepfake extortion, and political manipulation. South Asia isn't far behind. In May 2025, India and Pakistan experienced their first ever drone conflict. Loitering munitions guided by AI engaged in mid-air clashes and even targeted ground facilities. In response, India announced heavy investment in AI-based battlefield management systems, autonomous drones, and satellite surveillance. Strategic implications and civilian risk. The consequences of silent wars are not limited to military targets. Civilian systems are just as vulnerable, perhaps more so. Hospitals, water supplies, banking systems, and transportation networks are all deeply integrated with digital technologies. A well-placed EMP or cyber attack could collapse an entire city's infrastructure, and in such a scenario, recovery could take weeks or even months. The rise of AI and cyber capabilities has also narrowed the power gap between nations. Smaller countries or even non-state actors can now access tools that once required entire state apparatuses. Ransomware as a service, rented botnets, and open-source AI attack tools have democratized digital warfare. Proxy wars have moved online, with governments hiring cyber mercenaries to execute attacks with plausible deniability. Yet there's a policy vacuum. While organizations like the UN have called for bans on autonomous weapons, such as drone swarms capable of targeting humans without oversight, very little has been implemented. Meanwhile, countries continue to pour billions into military AI development. The line between defensive and offensive capability is blurring, and without international regulation, the arms race could spiral out of control. The human element, weakest link or last line of defense. Despite all our technological advancements, the human element remains the weakest link in the cybersecurity chain. Over 60% of breaches in 2025 were the result of human error, whether that's clicking on a phishing email, using a weak password, or failing to install security updates. Insider threats, privilege misuse, and employee negligence continue to cost companies tens of millions annually. The average cost of an insider breach in 2025, around $17.4 million, but humans are also the greatest defense. As organizations improve cyber hygiene, awareness, and resilience training, they can significantly reduce their vulnerability. More companies are adopting zero-trust policies, running frequent security drills, and integrating live attack simulations into their training. These actions, often bolstered by AI monitoring, are helping shift the balance. Incident response frameworks have matured, with organizations creating comprehensive playbooks for breach response, recovery, and continuity. The push for a shields-up culture, especially in critical sectors like energy and healthcare, is now seen as essential, not optional. And there you have it, EMP strikes, cyber warfare, and AI-fueled battles. The wars of the future aren't coming. If you found this video eye-opening, terrifying, or just plain fascinating, make sure to smash that like and subscribe. Got thoughts, theories, or questions? Drop them in the comments.